Hi, my name is Nicole Lesho. I'm a stylist here at Parlor Salon. Today we're going to learn the Grecian side braid or headband braid. It's a style that you've been seeing a lot lately in television and TV stars and in the magazines. It's really good for second day hair. It gives a really soft summery look. I'd like to start off with very dirty hair. My hair has probably been washed in about 3 days, and use a little bit of Orbe dry texture. What you're going to do is you're going to apply the dry texture in small sections at the root in the area where you want the braid to be living. After you've applied it through you're then going to separate your hair as far over as you'd like. I tend to like to go a little bit further than my hairline, and then you're going to secure the leftover hair behind. The thicker the section you have, the bigger the braid is going to be. But make sure that you have a controlled section so you're not pulling in hair. Once you start, I would suggest starting relatively small. Now, if you know how to braid already, this is going to be really helpful. If you don't, I would suggest practicing regular braids before you move on to French braiding. You can also do this as a regular braid by just braiding this chunk of your hair and then pulling it over and pulling everything else. But it looks more organic and more fun if you know how to French braid already. The trick behind French braiding is to make sure that you have nice, strong, clean sections and a very strong grip and hand on each. You then slowly go braiding down the hair, picking up small sections of hair with your finger and adding them to the sections you already have holding in your hand. Now, for the Grecian braid, you tend to see them a little bit softer and tousled. It's really great to start out with a really tight braid and then loosen your braid up afterwards to create a little bit more of a messy, relaxed feeling. So you're going to work this all the way down, adding more hair as you go along. Once you've run out of hair, continue the braid all the way to the end of the hair length. And now you can either move this braid into a side ponytail, a back ponytail. You can take another ponytail and use the leftover braid to wrap around a ponytail. Or you can just put it in as like just behind your ear and let it hang freely. Once we get all the way down, or as far down as you'd like to go with that braid, you're going to tie the end of it securely with a ponytail holder or rubber band, keeping the hair color of the band close to your natural hair so that it remains unseen or less visible. At this point, if you wanted to get really exciting, you could probably put beads or some sort of embroidery floss in your hair as well. Next you do, after you have a nice secure tight braid, is you go in and you start loosening up the braid at its base. So you're going to take your whole hand and just kind of loosen it up so that it's not too tight, and even come in here and pick it apart lightly to create more width in the braid and to make it look a little bit more natural and messy. You can even go as far as to actually move your hands up the opposite direction of the braid to create a more messy textured feel. Work it all the way around up in here, even possibly pulling down some of these little hairs, especially if you have a super blonde hairline like I do, kind of pulling that in there to fill that area. Next, you can either bring all your hair over to the side and incorporate it into another side braid, just a regular braid, holding on to the part that you've already created, to the band, the headband you've already created, and working it down into another side braid. Taking another hairband, attaching it to the ends, loosening it up just a little, and there you go, summer side braid.